Welcome to the world of electrical and electronics engineering. If you are someone who is fascinated to know how electric system works, starting from the tiny circuits to the large power grids, then this branch is for you. So in this video, we are going to discuss in detail about this branch, that is electrical and electronics engineering, where we'll be exploring the career opportunities, the job profiles, the placements, and then we'll also be talking about the courses that you will be studying and the colleges, the different top recruiters in both government and private sectors for this particular branch. So after watching this video, you will have a clear idea whether this branch, that is electrical and electronics engineering, is a right choice for you or not. Okay, so if you are someone who is thinking to pursue a career in EEE, that is electrical and electronics engineering, then please stick around and watch this complete video so that you can have an understanding about this branch. Okay, so yes, now let's get started here. First, let us have a brief understanding, a very basic. We'll start from the very basic here. What is electrical and electronics engineering? Okay, so as you can see, this word is like, this branch is made up of two words, right? One is electrical and other one is electronics. So in electrical, okay, it mainly deals with circuit, okay, whereas electronics works or deals with the gadgets. Clear? So if I make it, electrical is more about circuits, okay, and electronics is more about gadgets. How the gadgets will function, what is the design of this, will come under electronics, whether the small circuits that actually helps the gadgets to function, that comes under electrical. Okay, so now let us see the definition here. So let me clear what I have written. Okay, now this field combines the study of electricity, electronics and electromagnetism to design, develop and maintain electrical systems and electronic devices. Okay, so we have two different things here. One is electrical, okay, and one is electronics. So as to understand in a very layman, so you are just now like 12th standard students, you will not be able to understand very complex terms. So to make it very simple for you, I'll be talking about electrical is more about your circuits. Okay, in circuits we have different components, like we have resistor, we have inductors, we have capacitors, so we have series connection, parallel connection. So what type of circuits should we make for a particular function, that all things we'll be studying under electrical. And coming to electronics, here it is more about the gadgets, like your smartphones are there, what should be the design, how can it work, how can it function properly. So these all things come under electronics. I hope you have got a very basic idea about this course. Now let us dive it in detail. Okay, so now your question next should be, ma'am, suppose I am taking this course, okay, and I will be studying for 4 years. Now what I will be doing, where will I be working, what should be I doing after 4 years when I have graduated in this course? Okay, so let us understand this. So when I am writing these points, please try to imagine yourself doing those things. Okay, so for example, first one is design and build electrical circuits. So as I have told you, you are studying electrical, which mainly deals with circuit. So definitely you will be having, or you will have to design and build different circuits. So you have to create the pathways for electricity to flow in devices like computers, phones and applications. So generally, what is the work of circuit? A circuit is a way the current flows, right? So in different devices, you need to design this circuit so that the current can flow properly and the device can function properly. Okay, next, develop electronic components. Now suppose this is a device. Okay, this is a device. In this device there are different components, right? We cannot have only one thing. Like for example, you take your phone, right? In your phone you have battery, you have screen. For display there are different things. For color there are different. For touch screen there is different things, right? So many components are there. So the development of these components of an electronic device is the work of an electrical and electronics engineer. Okay, next, work with the power system. So circuits are where the power, so when we talk about gadgets, it's a very small thing, but the power system that we have, every day we are using so much electricity, right? We are covered every now and then, we are forced to use electricity. So here how this electricity comes till your home, what is the power system, how is it distributed, these all things also is the work of an electrical and electronics engineer. So they help to ensure that electricity is generated, transmitted and then distributed efficiently. So what, there are three things here. First it has to be generated here, then it has to be distributed to that particular site, and from here it has to be distributed to each and every home or like house or units that has to be taken care of. Okay, now next, real world impact. Now let us understand in real life where are these people working, where we can, like there are so many people working around us but we never acknowledge them or we might not be knowing about them. So let us understand that today. Okay, so first one is your power generation and transmission. Just now as we discussed, power is generated, like there are not in every location there is no power plants, right? There are power plants in certain places, but we get current even staying far away from these power plants. That is because of generation, transfer and then distribution, right? These three things, if they work properly, then only you can get electricity at your home, right? Next, coming to electrical grids and distribution system. Again, regarding the distribution of electricity here, electronics in consumer devices. So here it comes smartphones, computers and TVs. Okay, so whatever gadgets we are using, the circuit that is there, so gadgets will work when electricity will reach there, right? Now this electricity will reach through the circuits that you will design. So that is how in gadgets also we need the help of EEE engineers. Next, coming to automation and control system. Medical equipments. So there are so many new medical equipments. One of the example is MRI. You have heart equipments, right? So these all things, these all devices again need electric circuits, electricity to work. So here also the work of electrical engineers come. Next, coming to robotics and automation. And then we have aerospace and defense technology. So in aerospace, in defense technology, everywhere, wherever we need electricity, we can think of electrical engineers. Okay, I hope you have a like now idea where are these electrical engineers generally work. They work in the power system, they work where the gadgets are like electronic gadgets are there, they work in the defense section, they work in the healthcare section, they work in the aerospace, robotics, automation. Everywhere around you can find electrical engineers. Now coming to the next thing. Okay ma'am, we have discussed this one. Now let us see what are the subjects that we need to study to become an electrical engineer. Again here I will be not mentioning the whole semester wise curriculum, but I will be taking some top topics that must be covered or that you must be studying in your this 4 years of undergraduate course. So first one here is circuit theory. Yes, circuit theory is the basic, is the most fundamental concept of electrical engineers. Here you should know like how to design a circuit, how to integrate resistors, capacitors, inductors and how this circuit can be made for different functions that you need to. So basically you will be learning about designing a circuit. Next, electromagnetic fields. Here you will be learning about Maxwell equations, electric field, magnetic field, interaction with them, how current is produced in magnetic field, how magnet is produced in electric field. These all things which you have already studied some part in physics will be much more in detail when you join this course. Coming to next, power system analysis. Here again you will be learning about generation of power, transfer and then distribution. How is this power distributed? Okay, coming to next one here, control systems. So here you will be studying those devices or those systems which control other devices. Okay, so something related to in this will be your course. Next, coming to digital electronics. So this is again very important. Here generally we study how to represent the information in the form of binary numbers 0 and 1. You might have studied logic gates, NAND gates, AND gates, OR gates, right? So these all things, how to represent the information in terms of binary operation, that what is studied in the digital electronics. Next, coming to analog electronics. So analog electronics is about continuous signals, right? So it is not about 0 and 1, here it is continuous signals. So how these signals are processed, amplified, how to transfer the signals, these all things comes under analog electronics. Okay, Now coming to the most important thing, career opportunities. In career opportunities also we'll first discuss the industries. What are the different sectors that are available for an electrical engineer to work? Okay, so there are so many sectors where an electrical engineer can work. So let us see one example here. Energy sectors. Okay, so work in the power plants. As we have discussed, distribution of power is a major thing. Everywhere power plants are not there, right? So distribution of power is one of the important thing to provide electricity to each and every house. So yes, in the power plants, electrical engineers have a very important role. Renewable energy like wind energy, solar energy, and then you have smart grids. Okay, so grids are again where the power distribution takes place. Next, coming to telecommunication sector. So here develop communication technologies like 5G networks, wireless networks, right? Wireless networks. Then you have, and you have to improve, like how we can improve the efficiency of this network. There are so many places which are still not connected. How can we improve or connect these places also with network? So these all things comes under the electrical engineer. Next, consumer electronics. So these are about your gadgets, smartphones, laptops, wearables. Every day you see so many gadgets are there, so many electric gadgets are handy in you. So how these gadgets will work, what are the circuits to be developed for them, these all things comes under the work of industries. Not only this, there are so many other sectors also. There are medical, or the, I can say healthcare sector, right? In healthcare sector, there are so many equipments that are required for your, like that works with electricity and are very important. For example, your MRI. Okay, then you have heart equipment, right? So these are something where you need, like in the healthcare department also, in the healthcare sector also we need industries. Not only we need electrical engineers, not only here in the automotive industry, we have now electrical vehicles, right? EVs are there. So again here, how the vehicles will work through electricity, what should be the design, what should be the circuit, how power will reach to every every component, these all things comes under again electrical engineer. Okay, now let us move to the job roles. We have discussed the sectors, but what are the exact positions or exact designations you will be getting for as an electrical engineer? So first, you can work as an electrical engineer. So if you are electrical engineer, mostly you will be working with your circuits. Okay. Okay. Now next is electronics engineer. So if this one, you will be mostly working with the gadgets. Next, coming to automation engineer. Here, how to control. Okay, control of gadgets or control of functions comes under here. Next, we have power system engineer. Here you will be most probably responsible for generation, transfer and distribution of power. Okay. Next, research and development engineer. So research and development, every field will be having. So here you will be working about the technologies that is already present, how can you improve them and how can you innovate some new technologies. Next is instrumentation engineer. So these engineers generally work with devices that do measurement, right? So yes, instrumentation engineer. Okay, now here one very interesting thing I have for you. I have taken a profile from an LinkedIn, okay, just to show you like what type of job description you will be, like when you will be graduated and you will be applying for jobs, what will be your job responsibilities, what will be your skills. So just to have an idea about that, we have taken a profile, like we have taken an example of a job profile for an electrical engineer from LinkedIn. Okay, so electronics engineer is written here and the company is Orbit and Skyline. About the job it is given something. Roles and responsibilities is what we need to focus here. So electrical, electromechanical parts, life cycle management, works on electronic component. Okay, then you have end-to-end ownership. So many different like mechanical, software system, process engineering. So many different what I can say responsibilities an electrical engineer will have. the job is like in the on site, so you have to be present at the site and you have to do this work. Then you have participate in design reviews to present the design. So suppose they are constructing certain semiconductor, suppose if it is a semiconductor company, they want to do some semiconductor, what should be the design for that, you are responsible for that also. You need to understand the software system, process engineering. So you have so many responsibilities in this particular job, right? So this is just an example. There will be so many other opportunities as well. Next, coming to placement. So now we'll be talking about the salary, the highest average packages. Let us see. So I have taken an example of an very most famous college, that is RV College of Engineering. So if you see in 23-24, so this is the placement record of EEE department. Okay, so the total number of students were 67, number of students placed were 39, higher studies there was 1, so placement percentage was almost 60%, and here it is written ongoing, right? So still the updated, like still the process is going there, the number can also go to very high. Next, coming to the salary here. So in the minimum salary was almost 6 LPA, highest salary was 29.9 LPA, and the average salary was around 10.7 LPA in 2023-2024 academic year. Okay, so now you see salary wise it is a very competitive branch and has very high salary potentials. You can see almost 30 lakhs and 10 lakhs are the average and the highest and the average packages. So yes, if you are interested in these type of courses, this type of electricity, then circuits, digital analogs, these all things, if you are someone who is interested, then definitely this branch is for you. Next, coming to, let us see the companies that hire these electrical engineers. So we have very top, very famous companies, Havels, then you have Lam Research, Airbus, Cisco, Coach, Qualcomm, then you also have Intel here. Okay, then you have Bosch, you have Boeing, Tata Advanced, so many. I hope you might have known or heard about these companies some other time. So you can also be joining any of these companies if you pursue electronics and electrical and electronics engineering. Now let us see the top recruiters in terms of PSUs. Okay, what are the government jobs that is available here? So there is BSNL, because it is from telecommunication. You have DRDO, NTPC. Okay, in ISRO, suppose you are working as an ISRO, satellites are there, right? So what should be the circuit, what should be, how these satellites should be designed. So you will be having a major role in ISRO if you are joining there. Next, same thing in BARC also. Then you have BEL, DRDO, Defense Research, right? So what are the different, there are so many missiles, there are so many I can say equipments that are used which works with electricity. So you need to design those equipments, you need to work with those equipments, its function, you have to optimize it. So many things comes once you join. But again, how will you join this company? So after your B.Tech, you need to write one exam, that is GATE. Okay, so if you qualify this GATE with good score, then definitely you will have to attend one interview, and after that if you qualify the interview, you can be placed in these companies. Okay, so yes, you have opportunities both in the private sector as well as in the public sectors. Okay, now coming to the most important things, where will you study this course? So almost all of the engineering colleges has this course, that is electrical and electronics engineering, but we will be taking the list of some top colleges and I will be also telling you the last year cutoff for this one. So this is KCET 2023, okay, round 2 extended cutoff. Okay, so now if you see RV College, the cutoff is 6013, MS Ramaya 13,073, BMS 14,449, PES Ring Road 15,006, National Institute of Engineering 24,220, Dayanand Sagar 29,591. Okay, so cutoffs are also not very competitive or not very low, some moderate is there the cutoff. So if your rank falls in this category, then definitely you can consider this course. Now very important thing, that is electrical and electronics engineering is the right choice for you or not. So to answer this, to know this, whether this option should be there in your option entry, whether it should be at the first or it should be at the last, or it should not be there in your option entry. So you need to know whether you are interested in this course or not, right? So for that we'll do a small exercise here. So just take a pen and paper. Here are some few 3 to 4 questions that I'll be putting out. So you need to think about this and you need to answer yes or no. If you have many yes for these questions, then definitely this is a branch where you are interested. If you are having more no's, then you can skip this branch, okay? So let us try this, okay? So please take your pen and paper and try these questions. Do you enjoy working with circuits and electronic devices? Now, you might not have worked with circuits and all, but let us think. There are so many, like in your physics in 12th and 11th, 9th, 10th, you might have worked with circuits, right? You need to calculate the effective current. There was Kirchhoff's law. So many things are there, inductors, resistors, and in practicals, in your lab experiments also, you might have designed the circuits, you would have taken gadgets, you would have connected the circuits, right? So did doing these things interest you? Are you like fascinated with this? Are you like ever questioned how this work? Why resistor cannot be used as an inductor? Why capacitors cannot be used? What is the difference between these three? How do they function? If these type of questions arises in your mind, okay, if you have not thought before also, if now you are curious to know these things, then this branch is definitely for you. Next, coming to the second question. Are you fascinated by how electrical systems power our world? So when you see the big antennas, when you see the big power grids, right? So do you feel like, have you ever thought how one antenna or one power grid supplies the electricity to the whole city? What is the role of a transformer? What does it do? What happens when the transformer breaks down? What is the principle behind it? Like, do you have ever thought in this way or not? Okay, if power system, if that is there, if you are interested with the power system, then definitely this branch is for you. So let's go to the third question here. Do you want to work on technologies that shape the future? Yes, this is a definite question here. So every day technology is advancing, and technologies are more or less developing in the electrical sector. Electronic gadgets, we are getting every day some new features, so are you someone who is interested to develop some new gadgets, some new technologies which will be very beneficial to the society, which will be helpful for the humankind? So if you have that type of motivation for your life, for your future aspirations, then definitely you can consider this course, okay? Yes, so let me know whether how many yes and how many no you have got. Please comment down the answers to these questions, okay? Now let us know challenges and rewards. As I've already told you, like many times I tell that every course comes with some challenges and rewards, right? We cannot have a course with all good things in that and a course with all bad things in that. There is a mixture in everything, right? So yes, electrical and electronics engineering is nothing an exception. It also has its own challenges and also has its own rewards. But what is thing that you need to consider is whether you have the ability, whether you have the skills, whether you have the potential to overcome these challenges and move forward in your career, or you will be someone who will be pulled down by these challenges, right? That is what you need to consider here. So what are the challenges here? First, very important is rapid technological advancements. As I told you, every day, every week, every month, we are finding some new technology, new gadgets, right? So you need to be very, very updated with your knowledge. You need to skill yourself every day, okay? Next, coming to complex problem solving. So these circuits, right, these electronical gadgets, their combinations, their effectiveness requires a lot of complexity. It has a lots of complexity, and you need to solve them with patience, with effort, and with your skills and knowledge. Next, coming to competitive job market. Yes, as electricity is everywhere, gadgets is everywhere, technology is everywhere, this branch or this course is highly competitive, okay? For a one job, there will be so many people who will be competing for that particular job. So you really need to outstand them. You really need to have some extra factor to outstand this competition and to secure a position for yourself. Next, coming to rewards, okay? So challenges we have discussed. Now you need to think whether you can overcome these challenges or not. So if you ask me, okay, rapid technological advancements, okay, So that is something, if you are really curious about the subject, you are really interested about the subject, this thing you will overcome automatically. Whenever you see any new feature, you will start learning about it, you will start discovering about it, you will start understanding it, right? When a new phone comes, we go and search and see its feature, right? Whenever some new Apple launches a new model, we go and check its features, right? So same thing we can do with our course also. Next, complex problem solving. So for this you need a good knowledge of your subject. So if you have interest in your subject, your knowledge will be very good, you will be skilled, and you can definitely solve the problems. And competitive job market. So job market will always be competitive, right? So if you are truly interested in your subject, then definitely you will outstand here. Now coming to the rewards here, you have a good earning potential. We saw the highest package was almost 30 LPA, right? So a very good earning potential is there, because there are a lot of companies who require skilled electrical engineers, and they are ready to pay as much as you want, as a if you are a resource for them, right? Coming to next, diverse career path. So we have seen so many career paths. You can work as an electrical engineer, electronics engineer, you can work in automation, you can work in robotics, you can work in power system. So there are so many diversion for you available. Next, you have global opportunities. So technology is not restricted to any one country or one region or one village, right? It is something that is used, that is utilized by everyone in the whole world, right? So you will have global opportunities. The companies you have studied here, you can work in tomorrow in America, you can work in Europe, you can work wherever you want. If you will have opportunities for that. Next, okay, so now we'll be talking about some real world success stories. So I'll be telling you some very famous, very important electrical engineers who have gifted us so many things that we are using today. Let us have a small view here. So first here, Sir William Edward Ayrton. So he was a physicist and he was also an electrical engineer, and he worked in the electrical instruments, okay, how these instruments can be used to measure different fundamental quantities. He worked with that. And one interesting fact here is he also came to India, and there he found that people were having some problem in communication through telegraph, overland, okay. So he sorted this problem, he found out this problem, and he helped the Indians to come out of this through his electrical engineering knowledge. So yes, and the next one here we have is Sir John Bardeen. So he was someone who won Nobel Prize for 2 times, okay, and he had worked extensively in the field of transistors and superconductivity, okay. So yes, these were some top electrical engineers that we were gifted with. So that's all about electrical and electronics engineering. So I hope after watching this video you will have a clear idea about what is this subject about. So if I give you a recap, this is about circuits and it is about gadgets, right? Most probably there are other so many factors, but a most fundamental thing about this chapter is these 2 things. You have career options in so many sectors: power sector, automation, you have then in health sector, you have electronics, gadgets, electrical engineer. So many job prospects are available, okay. So now if you are interested in this course, right, so definitely you have growth, you have good salaries here, you have some challenges as well. So if you are really interested, then definitely you can choose this course and you can make your career in this course, okay. So if you have found this video useful, and if it has helped you to make your informed decision regarding this course, whether to choose it or not to choose it, then please subscribe the channel for more updates. And thank you for watching, and all the very best for your KCET 2024 counseling process.